The world doesn't reward the good. The world rewards the clever, the strategic, and the ones willing to do what others refuse to do. Power is not given. Power is taken. And those who understand this rise. For centuries, rulers, kings, CEOs, and politicians have used the writings of one man to navigate the brutal game of influence. Niccolò Machiavelli, the architect of power, the master of strategy, and the man who dared to write what others feared to whisper. Today you will learn his teachings, not the sugar-coated versions, not the myths, but the real, ruthless principles that shape the world around you, whether you see them or not. This is the path to power. Chapter 1. Embrace reality, not morality. Machiavelli's first lesson is simple. Stop pretending the world is something it isn't. Most people cling to ideals. They believe the world should be fair, that the good should be rewarded, that justice should prevail. But Machiavelli knew better. He wrote, "A man who wishes to act entirely up to his professions of virtue soon meets with what destroys him." Meaning, if you insist on being good in a world that isn't, you will be destroyed by someone who is not. In life, morality is optional. Survival is not. This doesn't mean becoming evil. It means being strategic, seeing reality as it truly is, not as you wish it to be. Look at any successful figure in history. They didn't rise by waiting for permission. They didn't get to the top by asking politely. They made hard decisions, uncomfortable decisions, necessary decisions. You will never rise if you insist on playing by rules your enemies ignore. Machiavelli's world was filled with betrayal, conspiracies, shifting alliances, and sudden violence. But your world, modern politics, business, relationships, is far more similar than you think. He teaches you this. If your survival, your goals, your future depend on a decision, you must act, not hesitate. Judge yourself by the results, not the purity of your intentions. Because in the game of power, the results are all that matter. Chapter 2. Fortuna versus virtù. The second lesson, Fortuna and virtù. Fortuna is luck, everything outside your control, the storms, the chaos, the unexpected. Virtù is skill, your discipline, your ruthlessness, your ability to adapt, manipulate, and dominate. Machiavelli wrote that fortune controls half of your actions, but leaves the other half in your hands. And in that half, you must fight. Most people wait for opportunity. They hope luck will visit them. They pray for a chance. But the powerful don't wait. They create opportunity. They engineer circumstance. They force luck into submission. Fortuna is the wild river. Virtù is the dam that redirects its force. Think of every leader who rose from nothing. They weren't lucky. They were prepared. While others panicked, they planned. While others hesitated, they acted. While others complained, they adapted. This is virtù, the power to shape the world instead of being shaped by it. Machiavelli believed every person is tested by fortune. The weak drown, the strong bend the river to their will. Chapter 3, Fear versus Love. One of Machiavelli's most misunderstood ideas is the question, is it better to be feared or loved? He answered, it is better to be feared, if you cannot be both. Why? Because love is voluntary. It changes, it fades, it can turn to resentment. But fear is reliable. Fear enforces discipline. Fear keeps enemies cautious. Fear makes people think twice before betraying you. But Machiavelli adds a critical warning. Never let fear become hatred. Hatred leads to rebellion. Hatred invites attack. So you must be strategic. Command respect. Expect discipline. Enforce boundaries. But do not become cruel for cruelty's sake. The goal is controlled fear, not chaos. Think of leaders today. The most effective ones aren't loved by everyone. They are respected. They project strength. And strength, not charm, keeps systems together. People follow love when it's convenient. They follow fear even when it's not. Chapter 4. Control perception. The fourth lesson: control how the world sees you. Machiavelli wrote that people judge more by appearances than reality. Why? Because they cannot see your intentions. They cannot read your mind. They only see what you show them. So appearances become reality. The powerful understand this. They craft their image like armor. A reputation for strength will protect you long before you ever need strength. A reputation for competence will open doors long before you prove competence. A reputation for danger ensures no one tests you. Image is not vanity. Image is strategy. Consider how easily the public is swayed by confidence, presentation, storytelling, and narrative. The person who controls perception controls everything. Machiavelli advised rulers to appear compassionate, faithful, humane, honest, and religious, but to act according to necessity. Be virtuous when possible. Appear virtuous always. But when the situation demands ruthlessness, act ruthlessly and repair your image later. This isn't hypocrisy, it's survival. In the game of power, your reputation fights battles before you ever walk into the room. Chapter 5. Betrayal and strategy. The fifth lesson: expect betrayal. Machiavelli lived in a world of shifting alliances, friends one day, enemies the next. He believed that trusting blindly is the fastest route to destruction. People betray for 3 reasons: fear, ambition, or opportunity. It has nothing to do with loyalty, and everything to do with incentives. You cannot eliminate betrayal, but you can anticipate it. Study people's motives. Study their desires. Study their weaknesses. When you know what people want, you know what they will do. Machiavelli teaches that power is maintained not by kindness, but by constant vigilance. Never assume loyalty, never assume permanence, never assume safety. Enemies are inevitable, but enemies can also be useful. They reveal your blind spots. They sharpen your strategy. They push you to evolve. Treat life like chess. Every move has consequences. Every person has potential. Every threat is predictable, if you're paying attention. Chapter 6. The Price of Power. Machiavelli's final lesson is the one most people cannot accept. Power has a price. It demands sacrifice, isolation, hard decisions, pain, responsibility. The higher you rise, the fewer people you can trust. The more eyes watch you, the more envy surrounds you. Many crave power, but few can carry its weight. Machiavelli wrote that leaders must be willing to endure loneliness and scrutiny, because comfort is the enemy of strength. If you want influence, you must accept the burden that comes with it. You will lose friends. You will outgrow people. You will be misunderstood. You will be judged. But you will also be free, free to build, free to decide, free to carve your name into the world. Final chapter: the call to power. The world is not controlled by the strongest, nor by the smartest, but by the most strategic. Power is not something you find, it's something you seize. Machiavelli didn't write for kings. He wrote for anyone bold enough to rise above mediocrity. So learn these lessons. Use them. Master fear. Master strategy. Master perception. And remember this final truth: in the game of power, survival is only the beginning.